Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And in today's video, as you guys read the thumbnail, we're gonna be showing you guys the best Shield Maiden deck currently in this game. I have never done a Shield Maiden deck because it's never really been a meta until kind of now. Also, I have to apologize before we start the video in advance that I'm currently in the moving stage with my boy, and we're kind of like renovating and everything. So I won't be able to do like 3 videos a week per usual. So I'll probably only be doing like once or 2 per week, but I'll definitely attempt to get once per week for sure. I also appreciate all the love and everyone's been showing me. So let's get right into this first deck that I think is going to be crazy. I use this with ladder, right? I push this on ladder, obviously. I didn't showcase this in the Mob Cup though, only for the main reason because everyone was using Monk for the Mob Cup, and we know that kind of counter Shield Maiden here. The only weakness to this deck though is Monk, unfortunately, but in the clips I'm going to show you guys, we don't face one, but if you ever did face one in advance, prioritize the Musketeer, prioritize that Giant Skeleton, and always try to get that Giant Skeleton, the Monk to waste ability on it, and with the +4 damage and the stun, you guys should be all set if you do it that way. But again, everyone's using SK and BK and ladder right now, so as long as you keep running this, you're going to have no issues at all. And let's get straight into it. All right, let's see. So for our first match, obviously we're going to face an SK. Like I said before, there's a lot of SKs currently going around in meta and on the leaderboard. So this is a prime example of how to beat an SK. Now, usually with this deck, if you guys are more of like the comeback players who like to go and come back from each round and so, you like to be down 0-2 and then come back and be like, I don't know, the undefeated gods or something. This is the main deck. Mainly, it's really hard to win the first and second round, but by the time you get third round and you win the third round, then you're guaranteed to win the fourth and the fifth. The only thing you really have to worry about in this deck, though, when you're playing against an SK, is the Magic Archer. You have to make sure you cannot get the Magic Archer to line up with your Healing Ranger, because if that happens, then you're not going to get as much value as you want, especially if they're running an Archer like this guy, and for sure you're not going to go nowhere with this deck. But again, we're going to reroll, get the Prince down. We should be cycling the Prince here. You can see the formation. At this point, I'm kind of just praying that he doesn't get that Magic Archer down that split down the middle. Again, he gets it, and I kind of lose it, so it's kind of, here and there. But at this point, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, he's using Wizard. He might be using like a 2 elixir type of deck, And so that's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm thinking I'm playing it safe. For the most part, against BKs or against SKs, whatever the case may be, you definitely want to prioritize that Healing Ranger first things first. Don't really worry too much about the Muskie unless you're facing an RC player. If you're not facing an RC player, there's not really any reason why you shouldn't really upgrade the Muskie, or you should upgrade the Muskie. For the most part, regardless, gets to round 5, you want to have that Healing Ranger 3-starred. You want to have that Muskie 2-star with the first ability and the third ability to get that stun and that extra hit for the most part. Now, it also depends on what hero you face, but again, it's very rare you're going to face another Shield Maiden, or it's very rare you're going to face a Countess. Like, example, you face a Countess with this deck, the Musketeer absolutely destroys a Countess, especially when you have the stun on it. So, not really much to stress about a Countess either. BK, again, when facing a BK, you just got to get your Healing Ranger fast, before he could 3-star his Archer, before he can get that Barbillion on the Archer too. So as you can see here, we're actually doing pretty good. He doesn't have a Magic Archer, so it should be a pretty easy going match for the first one. Nothing really too crazy here. So that's really what's up for this one. And so that was pretty much it. It was pretty quick. Usually it doesn't really happen like that. So let's get in the next one. All right, Shabamsies. So it's kind of a prime example of how I was saying facing an RC could upgrade the Muskie. I gotta warn you guys in advance though, this is pre-recorded footage, okay? So I'm not doing what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So obviously this guy 2-stars his Barb. It's kind of a really awkward and weird matchup. He's doing Barb with RC, 2-starring it. Not really sure. Everyone knows the weakness to RC though is a Healing Ranger, so me getting my Healing Ranger up is also going to be a priority with the Musketeer. Nothing really crazy to really worry about. The only thing I really have to worry about here is maybe like being on the shell map where he could send his RC over. He could probably chain off my Healing Ranger. So you're going to see here how I kind of leave the Knight all the way on the other side just in case he does send his RC over. So I could play defense and hopefully not chain off my Healing Ranger. That's the main goal, For the most part though, he's going to send his MK over, so Shield Man's going to go back. It looks like our Healing Ranger is going to end up healing in time to heal the Shield Maiden. We're going to kill the Barbarian with the Musketeer ability, but I don't think we have enough juice. He's going to... Oh, well, the Shield Maiden has a lot of health. If you guys don't know, the Shield Maiden, I believe, has the most health out of all heroes in the game. So, especially with her shield, she's doing damage to, you know, the other minis and the other heroes. So, I'm pretty sure we get this one in the bag, and we do, just based off health. So, that's pretty dope. That's what's up. Also, this guy is not level 8, so he does not have his rage ability. So we also got to put that into factor here. The game go completely different if he did have the rage ability, and if he also wasn't running two elixir minis over there, archer and a barb. So you're gonna see, again, we're doing a little formation here to kind of play defense on the RC in case he throws, and we also have the healing ranger and the musketeer upgraded. That's the main goal. We need that musketeer to hit 2 targets immediately, only against RCs, only. Any other person, just prioritize that healing ranger, because that's super important. You're gonna see the Mega Knight doesn't chain off the healing ranger or the musketeer, and there's the 2 shots that we were talking about. Keeps the Mega Knight in that corner so it can't jump, and just like that, we take another victory, 3-0. But this next one's gonna be crazy, trust me. Boom, here we go. Against Antic. So again, he's running an SK, but this time I believe he's running not the 2 elixir version, he's running the magic archer version. So this one's going to be a little bit harder and a little bit tougher on how I'm going to have to position my troops and how to play them. Obviously, we're going to start on tile for our Shield Maiden. You know, have the ideal setup. You know, always have that Musketeer. But unfortunately, he gets that Magic Archer lineup, and it just locks onto everything. That's so unlucky for us, and we're not going to win this round, unfortunately, because of that. Also, like I was telling you guys earlier, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to put out like 1 to 2 videos a week. It's getting a little bit harder for me, especially, like I said, in my moving phase. So I do appreciate all the love everyone's showing on Discord and Twitter, though. How people miss my videos and where I've been and if I'm good, you know. So yeah, like I was saying, I had to play in the Mob Cup, and I'm all good. You know, thanks for everyone showing concerns and everything. Played the Mob Cup. We got 2nd place. You know, we lost the 3rd seed. We were the 2nd seed. So, I mean, we got 2nd place again. Me, Gishy, and Soren. Shout out to the homies, man. That was totally dope. And that was a really good tournament, and I enjoyed it, not gonna lie. Definitely, I used a really wacky SK deck. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely should. And if you don't want to go back and rewatch it on what deck I used and how crazy the game went for the finals and the semis, I will be featuring that deck very shortly on this channel. So don't you worry. I know there's been some people asking me like, yo, you got to make a video on how to use that. Like, because no one was using that deck, you know, like that deck was kind of crazy and you brought it out of nowhere, you know. Mick's known for the weird decks, you know, so yeah. So that deck really did work for me. But we're going to look at here, it's tied 1-1. Obviously, again, we have to prioritize trying to get that healing ranger as it's already 2-starred, but we need more of our minis down on the field. The mistake I made here was keeping my Shield Maiden in the front as well as having my Musketeer and Healing Ranger behind it. Because if he places his Magic Archer in that center row, he's going to get that direct chain, and I'm dunsies, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't do it, so we did get lucky. If I was the SK player, I feel like I would have done that just in case. He did play like that. But the Healing Ranger going off and healing everything, Shield Maiden popping the ability. It looks like we're going to take this round, and it looks like we're living lavish. So for the next round, what we're going to want to upgrade is we're going to get our Healing Ranger up to 3-star, obviously. And we're going to try to attempt to get the Musketeer, but we also can get the Giant Skeleton because we need that extra mini on the field. Let's see what I do here, because I actually forgot what I do. It looks like I go for the Giant Skeleton. And, oh, okay, I don't 3-star the Healing Ranger. Okay, I'm going with the cross formation. So this formation was kind of arranged by me, Soren, and Gishy when we were playing the Mob Cup. This is kind of one of our cross formations we were practicing in like a separate clan. So, you know, it's a pretty good setup, and you can see he just whipped out a Fisherman out of nowhere. So super, super crazy. And he also gets the beautiful lineup with his Magic Archer to take out my Healing Ranger. And it looks like we're going to lose this one, and we're going to go to overtime here, ladies and gents. We got overtime. This is going to be crazy. The Magic Archer is popping off. So at this point, he should be 3-starring his Archer, but he could 3-star his Magic Archer. Again, now I have to worry about the Fisherman, and now I have to worry about the Magic Archer lineup. So usually people don't run that, but so now that I know he has that, I'm going to kind of set up in a formation where I move everything up a tile because he's going to be trying to pull my Healing Ranger. In order for him to win, he needs to pull it. So I'm putting the Giant Skeleton and the Knight in back, and next to the Healing Ranger, excuse me, but the Giant Skeleton in the back in case he does go for it. Unfortunately, he pulls the wrong tile, but I had the right idea, you know. And you're going to see here, his Magic Archer does have the lineup, though. But the Healing Ranger is going to out-heal one more heal just in time. And it looks like it's going to be very close. The Musketeer gets his shot off last second, but just the Shield Maiden has so much health, it's just not gonna do anything. Everything's locked down. The Magic Archer just goes down, man. It just absolutely annihilates. Hey, I'm telling you, this deck, when you play like a BK2 Elixir, prioritize that Healing Ranger like I said. All right, let's get in the last match for today, and let's see what we're gonna face. And hopefully it'll be a different hero. It's not a different hero. Okay, so like I say, ladies and gents, like everyone on leaderboard right now is either running like some wacky BK2 Elixir deck or the SK deck. Now, for the most part, the only deck you really have to worry about, again, is a Monk or a BK2 Elixir, but for the most part, BK2 Elixir shouldn't really stress you out that much. Countess, again, doesn't really stress you either. Unfortunately, Shield Maiden goes to the back, and we should lose just because of that, because the Musketeer is going to waste stability on the Prince, and the Prince is already dead, so that's just super unfortunate that that happened. But we should be getting in the second round, hopefully, coming back here. So again, I think this guy's using the same exact deck where he has the Magic Archer and the Archer for the SK. So, for sure. Also, if you guys didn't know that this Shield Maiden deck, Spoob made a video with Soarin' High. I think it was Boom and Gishi that made that deck. That was also a feature in the Mob Cup. It's like a BK. It's kind of almost the same variation of this deck, but take the Musketeer out for a Dark Goblin, take the Shield Maiden out for King, the BK, and the deck was kind of good. It was really good. But in this case, I found a counter to that deck, which is the Shield Maiden deck, because obviously, as we all know, the Dark Goblin just absolutely annihilates his own self against the Shield Maiden, because the Shield Maiden pops the ability. Even 3-star, you'd be surprised with like a 3-star Healing Ranger and a 3-star Dark Goblin. It just doesn't stand a chance against the Shield Maiden. It's just the Dark Goblin shoots so fast that the retaliation just, he can't survive it. You know, even with a Healing Ranger, you know, giving them the heals, especially with the Rage ability on him, he just makes him shoot even faster. So, you know, it looks like we might lose this one though off health. Very, very close. But this is exactly what I was saying in the beginning though. This is exactly what I'm saying. This deck, for the most part, you should be starting like this. So if you're at this stage right now, don't worry, like don't stress it. This is where you should be when you play this deck. It should be 2-0 for you, and you should now, from here on out, you should be winning every single round and bringing it back and just being called the comeback god. Now you can see he has a Magic Archer, so I put the Prince up the first tile, so the Prince gets targeted first. Put the Healing Ranger on the Magic, or put the Healing Ranger on the healing tile, on the revive tile. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm saying. And you see the Magic Archer is not lined up, so we should win this, of course. Again, it's all about lining it up and getting positions correct. He's going to 2-star his Archer, but again, even if you 3-star your Archer, the Healing Ranger just has majority kind of health over it, and it always gets its rage off, and you just can't get it off in time. So we're going to take this round, which is what we wanted. And yeah, so now we got to win the second round. So going in the second round, or the fourth round, excuse me, but the second round win, I should say. We got to get that Healing Ranger 3-star, of course. So now we're going to put the Knight all the way at the front, so the Knight gets targeted, just in case he does line up his Magic Archer to my Shield Maiden. We have the Prince all the way on the left and the Knight all the way on the right, so the Knight should get targeted first, and the Prince is all the way over there, just in case. It can get targeted on both sides, you know what I mean? So this Prince can hit the Knight back. Magic Archer is going to line up and target the Knight first, and then it should go for the Prince. The Prince isn't dead. The Prince died, so then it goes for the Shield Maiden, but that is okay, because 3-star Healing Ranger does a lot of work, you know? And everything's just going to get healed up right here. He doesn't stand any chance. Even with, I think he had Dissipate on that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Doesn't even stand a chance at all, because it just goes absolutely crazy. Now in this next one, we whip out our card that we haven't played yet, our Giant Skeleton. And then we whip out, we want to upgrade that Musketeer to that 2nd-star to get that extra stun time here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we should be playing the Giant Skeleton in the front. Same thing, right? Putting him in the front to get a little bit of like the distraction off. Like the Knight gets targeted. The Giant Skeleton gets targeted. They're both getting targeted first, and the Shield Maiden's not getting targeted, which is what the main point is. You don't want the Shield Maiden targeted first, especially when you're playing an SK. See how his Magic Archer lined up, but it's going for the Giant Skeleton first, right? And then it should be going to the Knight, which it does. But our Healing Ranger starts healing. It's going to connect to the Knight. Knight pops its shield. Healing Ranger heals it all up. And then after that, Shield Maiden pops the ability. And then he just doesn't stand a chance anymore. So that's definitely, again, don't be stressed when you're down 0-2. You know, this deck is made for comebacks. It's just some of the games, I just want to say I got lucky that I won 3-0 or 3-1. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out in today's video, and I appreciate everyone again for showing some love on Twitter and Discord, asking if I'm okay, if I'm good. I'm all good, homies. I'm chilling, man. Mob Cup was dope. Definitely go check it out. Spoob definitely streamed it, so did Negan. You know, they're awesome dudes, you know what I'm saying? Go check them out for sure. Again, definitely try this deck out. I'm telling you, this is like the comeback king deck. You know, I'm not even trying to cap. Usually, I try to give my honest opinion and say if a deck's garbage or not. This one, I personally think it has a very good standard to it. Hero level, I don't think this should really matter for lower levels. I think even if your shield man's level 7, I think you should be okay. So I would definitely give it a try. And if it does work for level 7, ping me or at me on Discord or Twitter and, you know, show me that you won with it and say, yo, like, Mick, it does work. Like, thank you, you know? So at least I know for future references. But other than that, ladies and gents, thank you so much for coming out in today's video, and I'm gonna try my hardest to get another video out as soon as possible. Of course, if you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to, you know, hit that notification bell and like the video, show some love, man. We have a really good video coming up very shortly. Best believe it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger, I'm telling you. Ricky, you wanna come sign out with me? Dab me up. We're 3, 2, 1, boom.